Sorry, welcome back to rugby league. How has it been for leaving that?
Yeah, it's a bit unreal at the moment. Obviously, I've been trying to get over here since the start of pre-season. Got to try to get over here in October, but me and COVID weren't working out too well, so it's been held off. Flew into Sydney just before Christmas and caught COVID, so I had 2 weeks in isolation down there, and then got up here. So it's been a bit of a mission getting over here, but pretty stoked to finally get here. Thanks to the club for setting it all up. It's been a few cancelled flights and all that kind of stuff mixing around, so it's been good to finally get here and ripping.
Can you believe it? Can you explain that?
Yeah, it's sort of not really compared to how I left, how I had to leave, obviously with the brain bleed and all that kind of stuff. But it's been a long 2.5 years trying to get back on track, and I got the phone call, might have been halfway through the year, from my manager, Andrew Purcell, just saying if I was interested in coming back with all the scans being sweet and all the specialist stuff that I had to go through giving me the all clear. I was keen. You probably don't understand how much you miss it, how much you miss footy and the club, the boys, everything like that until it's gone. Now you sort of have the month off or month and a bit off over the off season, but when it's gone for 2.5 years, almost 3 years, you sort of feel it and you miss it. So I suppose you hear people say, you're excited to be back and happy to be back. But yeah, I am truly, really happy to be back, and really fortunate I got the opportunity to come in here with Brisbane and rip in for a year.
What was the process of getting ticked off? Like, what tests did you have to do? What did the doctors have to say?
Just a lot of scans. So at the start, I was flying to Melbourne a few times a week, and then Brisbane. Once I went home, there was a few trips to Auckland, scans and specialist stuff, and most of it was from when I finished was the only healing I could do for it was to rest. So that was pretty much it. So I got a job pushing sand in big machines. So it was 12 hours a day sitting down. So that healed it pretty well. Done that for a year, and just carried on the scans, and it got better with the rest. Obviously the no contact and all that kind of stuff. Let it heal, and the specialist sort of gave me the all good to go about the end of last year, when I was in talks with the club of, had to get it obviously ticked off by the specialist, but just a lot of scans and a lot of meetings with the specialist. So stoked that's over, because it's pretty much paying rent and the MRI machines and all that kind of stuff. So good to get out of those.
Do you sort of how's it sort of been being back to training? You got the confidence back? Have you done any contacts?
So I think I've only been. This is my first week. I think started last Thursday, so a couple of days, maybe 6 days in. So this is about my 6th day. So done a bit of contact, a lot more than what I'd done when I finished. So everything's good. Had the noggin whacked a few times, and it's been all good. So that was pretty exciting, being able to hit it and being sweet. So probably not what I want to do, run around hitting my head into walls or anything, but to get through that contact stuff, it's been it's hard to explain. It's just really stoked, I guess.
How many, when you say heaps of scans, are we talking 100 plus or?
Oh, no, not that many. Maybe like 10 odd. Yeah, so. And they all look the same, big head, little brain. So I don't know what I was looking at, but the specialist said it's all good. So they know a bit more than I do about that kind of stuff. So.
The last time you and I spoke was when you retired, and I'm sure it's the same for these journos. And I think it was we felt really emotional for you to not be able to play footy again. So when the specialist said what words, and then what was the initial reaction?
When I was allowed back?
Yeah.
Yeah, when there was a certain scan that the club wanted me to get, the same sort of ones I've been getting, and seen the specialist, and he had a look at it, and he sort of looked at this thing, and he was looking around, and he didn't notice anything. So it looked real normal, and he sort of talked to me and asked what my plans were, and my plans were to come back over here and get back into footy. and he just said, yeah, it's sweet, everything looks the same, everything looks normal. And I sort of paused for a bit and sort of took it all in. So I felt good. I played a little bit of footy back home, not obviously not as heavy as what we do here, but it felt good, and to get it ticked off by a proper specialist was pretty cool. And I could say emotional. I didn't cry or anything, but I was really stoked and just probably couldn't wipe the smile off my face. So I rang my manager up straight away. He talked to the club and got the ball rolling. So the only thing that sort of got in the way from then on was obviously COVID and getting out of the country. But like I said before, I'm here now, so everything's good.
How's your family react?
Probably happy. I think they've been sick of me for the last 2.5 years. I think week 1 they were sick of me, but no, they're stoked as well. They probably saw the same. Just watching me just sit in machines wasn't sort of my thing. But yeah, when I told them the news, they were pretty stoked. So they're just happy.
You said how much you missed it. What have you missed the most about NRL?
Just the training side. I know pre-season's hard and people say how hard it is, but when you're not doing it, you miss it. It sounds weird, probably super weird, but yeah, the grind and all the hard work you put in now and to set yourself up for the season, it's all worth it. And when you're not doing it, you want to be doing it. So it's probably one of those things that if you don't have it, you want it more. But yeah, probably just that and being able to do something you like for a job, probably the most biggest thing that I've missed, being able to pass the footy around, train with the boys, play with the boys, do something you love as a job. So being able to do that as a job is super cool, and yeah, that's probably the main thing I missed.
How long do you think it would take you to get up to speed? Like, would you be right to play NRL round 1, or do you think it might take you a couple of months or weeks?
Hard to say. At the moment, I'm still getting my body back into training every day. First day is sweet. It's doing it the next day, doing it the day after, and all the recovery stuff, the dieting. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and having 2 years off, doing nothing, and your body gets a bit of a shock. But the training staff and everyone's all about that, and the physio are helping out with that. So I wouldn't be able to say when I'd be ready, but at the moment I'm doing my best to get the body in shape, and it's all I'm focused on at the moment is getting my body in shape and getting used to the training load and getting my body right. And so far the head's sweet, so we'll just carry on from there, step by step.
Have any players had similar injuries that you could reach out to?
Not that I know of, no. So it's a bit of a out of the blue one, so it's not really much people that I can talk to. So yeah, not that I know of. Yeah.
And any good fishing and pigging spots in Brisbane yet?
No, I've only been here since when did I get here? I think the 3rd. So last Tuesday or something. So haven't had too much stuff to do. I've just been trying to figure out my way to training and back home. So I'm moving with Jordan Ricky today, and he'll probably show me around a bit more when all this COVID stuff clears off. Sort of not really allowed to do too much at the moment. Come to training, go home. So hopefully this COVID stuff goes away and we can get out and start exploring.
Were there dark days?
Back home?
Just dark days in general?
Probably more when it first happened. Being, I think you remember when I first had it and I got the scans, the doctor said I had a bleed, and I was asking how long I'd be out for, if I'd be alright for the game on the weekend, and he said, oh mate, you're probably going to be out for the rest of the year. And that was probably the hardest bit. Then the few weeks after that, not being able to play and really wanting to play, and just how everything was going on. Like I couldn't go outside. I was sensitive to light. I was just locking myself in the room. Parents and stuff had to come over, cook me meals, and that was probably the hardest part. But once I got home, it wasn't too bad. I was doing a lot of surfing and pig hunting and fishing and keeping myself busy. So that was all good. Then I had to obviously find myself a job because that doesn't pay any bills. So I had to go and get myself a job, and we didn't get along too well either, me and working.
Was there hope of going back to Cowboys?
My manager sorted it all out. So he rang up and said if I was interested, and he just said, yeah, there was a few trainer trial options there, and we're getting ready for that. And then he said actually Brisbane said that they could offer you a development contract for a year. So that was more of how I wanted to do it. And yeah, it was just a big opportunity to get back into footy. Obviously, you're not going to go back into a big contract having 2 years off. So my focus at the moment, like I said before, is getting my body right, making sure my head's all good, and so far so good. So yeah, it's been a huge step for me compared to the last 2 years I've had. So I'm pretty excited, to be honest.
When you originally retired, were you told you'll never be able to play rugby league again or anything like that? Was that what the doctor's sort of advice was?
The specialist at the time just said that they couldn't pin what happened. You know, if I got hit in the head by someone, you know, like punched in the back of the head or something like that, they could say, well, that's from getting punched in the back of the head. You let it heal, you'll be back. But they couldn't put their finger on how it happened, or they went through all the video and stuff, and I never got a big hit to the head, so they couldn't really pin it on anything. So it was a bit hard there. But yeah, no one said that I'll be out forever and couldn't play again. They honestly couldn't put their finger on it.
Yeah. Are you taking any risks coming back? Like, are you at more risk to anyone else, or is it
No.
you like everyone else to go?
With the scans that I've had, they've said that the risk of me doing it again is just like anyone else doing it. So that's pretty. That was a game changer for me when I heard that. So there's just as much chance of anyone else getting the little brain bleed that I had as myself.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of a second chance, really. Like, will you do anything different this time with your career? Is there anything you wish you'd done differently the first time? I know the accident was a freak, but like, will your approach change or anything?
I think I'll just take it on board a bit more. I had a lot of games, even at Cowboys, especially at Penrith, but had a lot of games where I could have done a lot more, but I was just staying in my safe zone. Especially when I went up to Cows, I had people like Michael Morgan, Jonathan Thurston playing alongside those fellas, and all you wanted to do was just play next to them or catch a ball off them, and you didn't really want to overcall them or anything like that. But now that I've been away from the game, when you leave, you realise you don't get those chances back. So it's take the opportunity when it comes and make the most of it, because it could be gone any second, like how that happened, that freak accident. That could happen to anyone. So probably the message that I give to myself is take the opportunities while you get them.
Yeah, just lastly, mate, like, what did you do for those sort of 2 years? Did you move back to New Zealand? I know you're into your hunting and fishing and stuff. Like, what did you sort of get up to while you're out of the game?
Yeah, when I first went back, I was just full time hunting and fishing, and that didn't pay for the bills. So parents made me get a job. So I got a job just driving heavy machines for 10 months, and then we didn't get along too well. Sitting down for 12 hours, so I went back to pig hunting and moved in with the parents.